Okay. Tahanjo. I did not hear a beep beep beep. What's new, right? Tahanjo. Yeah, Matt the Greeter. Top the Bug Smasher. Say a fine howdy do to you today. We'll catch you up on a couple of recent events. I'll start with one, and then if I run out of steam, I'll just end it with one. So, well, whatever. Why don't I just start telling you? Yeah, so a couple things. Oh, here I go. Did I just restart the video? This has got to be some kind of like tick or whatever. Tahanjo, Matt the Greeter. Here we go around in circles. So anyhow, a little while ago, I'm not sure when I'm going to post this, so I'll say a little while ago, but as of now, it was just a couple days ago, my wife and I had an opportunity through work to go to a marriage seminar sort of thing. It was an event, 2 nights down in Newport, Rhode Island. Have you heard of Rhode Island? Yeah, so we were down in Newport at a hotel. Oh man, so Middletown, is Middletown a town that touches Newport in walking distance? Anyhow, we were in a town very much like Middletown, I'm gonna say, and yeah, so it was 3 days, 2 nights, and the flow of it was, you get there, you check in, and then you go, and you're with some other couples. All these, where are you coming from now? All these couples who are, there to, just sort of, enrich your marriage, kind of talk about, struggles, travails, things that we do that don't really help, things that other people do that are really beneficial, for a long-term marriage. And everybody stay put. Thank you very much. And yeah, so there were, I guess, 2 couples were the main feature. I actually knew one of the guys. I hadn't met his wife until this weekend, but yeah, it's a guy from a church down in Connecticut. I think he is at Black Rock in Connecticut. A guy named Kevin Butterfield, and so he was one of the panelists. And I had a goofy question. They said, like, send some questions in, and they'll answer your questions, on stage or whatever. And so I put in one, just an extra special one for him to see how he'd answer it. And they ran out of time. So that's, what are you gonna do? But I expected it would be like 200, couples or something like that. It wound up being like, 20 couples, maybe not that many, which ended up being a real good thing. And so we got to know, it was done in, like, there were tables set up, round tables, and so everybody was sat at a table with 2 other couples, and so you kind of got to know those 2 other couples a little bit better over the course of the weekend, and which I found to be very beneficial. And so we were sitting with 2 couples, each of whom, unbeknownst to each other, had been married for 34 years. And so one couple was, I forget where he's from. He's from an Italian-American family. He happens to live in Connecticut now. He and his wife have been married 34 years. And then there was another, I'll say, new friend who was born in Guatemala. His wife is from El Salvador, and they met in college, got married 700 years ago, 34 years ago to be exact. And yeah, so very cool stuff. So I got to know them too. And everybody's got different struggles, but a lot of them have the same root or similar roots. And so a very, very worthwhile endeavor. So if you're in a marriage and you're struggling to get along, if you don't like each other anymore, if she thinks you're the jerk and you think she's the jerk, You know, there's all kinds of, all the thrill is gone, whatever it is. Or if you're in a really good place and you just want to go, you know, get a sort of a marriage tune-up, you know, and you know, maybe be of benefit to some other maybe younger couples who are struggling, you know, then a marriage conference might be for you. So it's worthwhile, I guess, no matter what stage or how long you've been married, to do that sort of thing. Yeah, you know, I feel like you never really get there. We don't live long enough to reach perfection, and I you know, so, sometimes the longer we live, wow. Anyway, they just do not stop building around here. Yeah, I mean, it's just, it doesn't matter, you know, like, so, you know, I know some of you guys may have given up. Some of you may be divorced, you know, and may wonder why. What happened? Where did it all go wrong? Well, you know, take fault and guilt out of it. You can learn some things from people who are succeeding, especially from people who had a real struggle, and then were able to kind of turn it around. You know what I'm saying? So it's worth it, man. No matter what stage you're in, don't be afraid to do something to better yourself. You know, because it make life a lot easier, but it also can put you into a place of being useful to other people as well. You know, you don't want to be the one everybody's like, you know, talking about when the night's over, like, oh, did you see them, or, you know, whatever. And you might be that right now, but it doesn't mean it has to stay that way, I guess, is what I'm getting at. So my wife and I went. It was part of my job, which made it good because I didn't have to pay for it. It was a recurring theme here, right? But honestly, in my stage of life and my profession, that's we couldn't really afford it otherwise. So, you know, it was for my job, and you know, man, it was just super beneficial. That's all I'll say. And had a great time in Newport, Rhode Island, just before the big season. So it wasn't like an anthill, you know, with just people. You could just walk from here to the beach and never touch the ground. You could just walk on people's heads, and it gets so crowded sometimes. But if you go before the season, you know, you got a real shot of seeing the place. And you know, everything's a little bit expensive, but you know, if you save up a little money, you get yourself a good meal or two while you're there. Go to a place like Brenton Point, which is free to park at and has just spectacular views. You'll see, like, you know, ships will go by right in front of you and all kinds of stuff. And yeah, it's super cool. A lot of people fly kites. I loathe and detest kites and the idea of flying them, or the fact that I might have to fly one someday. But I don't mind people having fun flying kites. Just don't try to show me your kite. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, my kids like kites, so they can fly kites. Anyway, if you like that kind of thing, go to Brenton Point and park for free and fly a kite. How about that? And save your marriage. All right, guys, Matt the Greeter. You want to really do a good thing for your marriage, stop watching my videos and go read a book. Anyhow, guys, yeah, Matt the Greeter, care about you. Thanks for chiming in. And yeah, let me know if the audio sounds okay, because I was having that problem, as you may recall. And here we go. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.